Alright guys, we are back again in Middle-earth roleplay with Zellie and Darklee. This is... What chapter are we up to now, guys? Is it chapter 3?
3.
Chapter 3.
Yeah.
Are you sure it's chapter 3?
Believe so.
Wait.
Just going to check which chapter we're on, because we seem to lose track
I think we're
of
chapter 3. Yeah.
It's chapter 3.
Chapter
The
3.
last one was chapter 2.
Alright.
Mm.
We're at chapter 3. This is titled The House of Elrond. Last time we left it, the adventurers were being escorted on horseback to Rivendell after they caught sight of Arwen on the riverbank with another person and a small group of elven adventurers. A scouting party came out to find out where Arwen and the adventurers were. Our adventurers have witnessed the Dark Riders.
Yes.
Our first major encounter with the Dark Riders. Weren't too happy about running into those kind of people, and they're now being escorted to Rivendell. Guys, you are on the horse, on the back of these horses. You've been helped up onto, and you're not galloping, you're not racing, you're kind of trotting in formation. You've got horses, the elven horses march 2 by 2, side by side, and Arwen is at the front, and she's already raced on ahead with the person that was on the riverbank, on the river floor, on the pebbles. She's already raced on ahead, and you're being escorted at a trotting pace towards Elrond's house. You pass, it's a cobbled path, and you're heading under a grove of trees. The grove of trees breaks. There is an open, nicely cut grass lawn, and then in front of you arises this majestic house. It is white. The ground floor to it is got cobbled walls around it, and the majority of it is living tree.
So does it like appear from nowhere then, almost like does it?
It doesn't appear quite from nowhere. Obviously, it's not magical. It doesn't appear out of thin air or something like that. You are walking down a cobbled road of an avenue of trees, very thick trees, which are blocking the view. And then as you break the tree line, you turn a small corner and you see this magnificent white house. Let me just place you guys on the map as to where you are appearing. You are appearing just about, where are we at here? You are appearing just about here on this map, and I'll draw on here your direction of travel, which is you are coming to about there.
Alright.
Okay, guys. This area of the map is elevated above the rest of the area. This is like a subterranean level of it. Yes. So you're looking across here, and you can see. You're looking across here, and you can see this is the second floor, which actually this is the first floor because this is built on an elevated piece of land. It's been beautifully landscaped. There is, as I say, the grass is cut short. The flowers are nicely pruned, planted in perfect harmony with everything else. The small little herb gardens been set up, little potted plants and things like that. Nice little window boxes with little flowers and aromatic smelling plants in them. There's nice. All the trees seem to be deliberately planted in the right place, kind of thing. Either cast shadow or to cast shade, or just for just to give pleasant views from people looking through their windows and things like that. You arrive. This is Elrond's house. This is Rivendell. You arrive here. It is nice and cold, nice and chilly. And you pull up on your you pulled up onto your horses.
Right.
Alright.
Okay.
I want to say to Estelle, call her. Well, I just want to say out loud, and whoever hears me, whoever I'm near, can answer me back. I said, call her father lives there.
Arwen's.
Yeah, I just blurt out, oh, her father lives there. He's minted.
It's minted.
Shh.
You help down off your horses, and you both dropped literally in front of these majestic stone marble steps leading up to these huge doors. These huge doors are open. They're very rarely closed. They're like wood with mithril engravings into them. Huge doors, and the horses then move off at double quick speed over, like off in this direction, just off and to the right. to a stable block, which seems to be kept on the far side of the grounds. Okay.
Right, okay.
A young girl, elf maid, comes out to meet you on the top of the steps.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay. She looks a little younger than you, Zellie.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And
she's
she
kind of
introduces
cute, I'm
herself,
guessing.
and her name is Olwe.
How would you spell that?
O-L-W-E.
O-L-W-E?
Olwe.
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 I would know what that means, right?
Yes, it basically means the little one. Okay?
Okay.
Olwe, little one.
In...
Sindar.
Sindar?
Sindar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Olwe, meaning
Yep.
it basically means the small one or the little one in Sindar. And she introduces herself. She says, "I greetings. My name is Olwe. I am the lady in waiting to the Lady Arwen."
Oh.
Does she introduce, right, does she speak language I can understand, or is it just Elven?
Normal
to her?
Westron.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because she
I
knows
just
that
raise
you're
my
not
hand and go,
elfin.
"Hey." Yeah, well, I don't know how polite they are. I'll raise my hand and go, hey. Hey.
Elves will speak Westron if they want to be, like, if they're introducing themselves, or if they're want to make themselves understood. If they want to speak amongst themselves and they don't want people to hear or understand what they're doing, like if they're talking in private or in personally towards one another, then they will drop into Elven languages. Okay.
Yeah, well, I stand by my thing. I just raise my hand and go, hey.
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 I
Like,
kind
I'm
of
flabbergasted from the sides of the house so far.
I kind of do like a mini bow. A mini bow.
Curtsy.
A mini bow.
No, like not like a proper curtsy, like all full, like, just like a little head bow, like hello.
Nod. She
I
nods.
nod. I nod.
She
Hey, all
smiles.
that.
She smiles and then she motions you to follow her into the house.
All right, we follow.
And the count as a little
Did
little tight
Arwen
here.
go ahead, by the way?
I'm not sure where Arwen went. Arwen went ahead with on the grey horse with whoever she had with her at the time on the riverbank. And you haven't seen her since, but obviously you gather that she has probably arrived sometime ahead of you. She's spoken to her her lady in waiting.
Okay.
Yes, her we call them courtier maidens.
I guess I asked to the maiden
Court
if Erwin arrived before us.
She says yes. She is with Lord Elrond. They are in discussions. She will be joining us soon.
All right.
Okay. She says that you are free to explore. If there's anything that anyone can help you with, you just have to contact Elwe.
Oh, contact her.
Yes, she'll be about. She's got all the duties she needs to be able to do though. But
So we're just hanging around the castle place.
well,
House.
it's like a stately home. It's like, think of an elven country club. Okay. There's things going on. It runs like a small city, like a small town. There's crafting centers. There's artistry. There's
I ask her
lots of
then.
things happening on. But it's also it's also a great place of knowledge as well. There's a lot of elven scripture and elven books and literature and things like that, and a lot of maps, and there's cartographers and there's. So imagine it being like that. It's been like a university. Imagine like an old Victorian university.
Or like a campus of
Pretty
things.
much, yes. It's like an
Okay,
elven
okay.
campus. When I said like Rivendell, it's a very weird place. You think of just being a house of Elrond, but think of it being like Hartford. Yes, Oxford or Cambridge or something like that. Yes, and there's just lots of people all doing different things.
Oxford.
There's some doing
I see now.
sports. There's some doing art. There's some doing acting. There's some doing like sword fighting.
So Rivendell is
Yes,
basically a
it's like
campus of elves.
That's right. Yes.
Okay, now I understand.
Okay, that's what it's like. And she's just come out as being like the I don't know, like a maiden steward kind of thing. You know, like a prefect.
So she's come out like just to greet us,
And she
almost.
just greeted you, and she says,
Yeah.
"Please feel free to explore and to speak to the residents. There is the House of Elrond. People pass through to. People are free to come and go, but some people do actually reside there, live there. Although it is a house of study and a house of peace and a house of like congregation and meetings take place, and it's like a good little headquarters kind of thing. But because it's hidden inside this mystical veil of picturesque beauty, a lot of the orcs and trolls and all that tend not to think it's there. Okay.
Okay.
So before she trots off and helps others, or I don't know what she does.
It's a beautiful house. It's got the best of furnishings from the last 2,000 years.
I ask her for information on maybe to get all the facilities, place I can get maps of the areas.
Absolutely.
These are the few things because I want to do these things first while we're running around. I went like a library or a bookstore as well.
Bookstore.
Library, bookstore,
Bookshop.
kind of. I guess. I think Lee would want to do this as well. Go to any place with the weaponry, and then.
Well, while you're asking all that, I want to ask. I've got this blue moss. Not mold.
Mold.
I've got blue moss.
A
Anywhere I
chemistry
can-
area, because yeah.
A blue moss. I need someone to identify this blue moss for me.
I have like a long list of things.
Yeah, there's lots of things. She takes you inside, and you are stood in like a very long foyer. The double doors that you pass through were thick oak panels on the main entrance to Elrond's house. They can be locked, but they very, very rarely on occasion are locked. But once they are locked, she explains that they're virtually unbreakable.
What, do they have like some sort of magic ward on them, or some sort of protect?
Yes, there's a few people moving between. No, it's just the way the doors are made and the locking mechanism.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very good.
When they are
carpentry.
when they are locked, yes, it's like trying to break into a bank vault. It's just the way it's built. But they are very. It's been a long time since they were ever locked. To the left, you see a very large, like soft furnishings living room. It's a gathering place. It's a primary gathering place for the whole house. There's a huge hearth, which is always kept burning. There is stewards and assistants that will automatically go around and make sure that every fire in the house is always lit and always burning. They're like fire chiefs.
Bit of a waste of fuel in it.
Hey?
Bit of waste of fuel, just constantly having fire burning.
They keep the fires in Rivendell burning all the time. There is a small elven piano. Yes.
Oh, piano!
Yes.
There's a piano. There is an area, like a bar area, where there is some bottles of wine and bottles of brandies and things like that. So there's a drinks area. There's also some tabletop games laid out as well. Some primitive versions of chess and checkers and things like that. And there's some card tables. So this looks like it's a rest and relaxation room. It's called the Hall of Fire. There's lots of comfortable chairs, big, thick, padded leather chairs with furs across them. Lots of cushions spread about. There's the early versions of the primitive beanbag. Big, giant pillars that people can just literally fall into. And from floor to ceiling, there's these huge, huge windows with big, long, heavy, like 20 feet long curtains draped to the sides of them. The roofs are beautifully painted and enameled in gold, and the archways are very decorative and all hand painted. They're all whitewashed originally, but they've all been hand painted in beautiful oil paints. And there's various tapestries hanging on the wall, all lovingly stitched and handmade, that resemble elven events from the past, in the early days, in the very, very early days of Middle-earth. A lot of it from mythology and a lot of it from history, as well as there's some paintings and some drawings and things like that, sketches of Rivendell over the years. And this room has lovely, lovely, huge, deep pile, thick rugs laid about it from one end to the other. Okay?
Yep. She said we were free to explore, didn't she?
You're free to explore. The other room to the other side is a huge library.
Ooh.
It's a huge library. There's two doors leading out of this huge library. Let's see. Yes, this area here. So if I draw on here, this is the room of fire. This room here. Yes.
Yeah.
And it is literally just all soft furnishings and everything I've mentioned. This over here is a library. This is a huge, humongous library. But it's not just a conventional library. There is display cases with items of historical importance, and cupboards and drawers of manuscripts and maps and things like that go back centuries. There's also a really large globe and of Middle-earth, as well as a astronomer's globe showing the stars and the planets and things like that.
Do they accept donations?
You notice that this build, this one here, this one is on 2 floors. This room here is on 2 floors, and there's a spiral staircase in one corner which will take you up to the next level. And on the next level, there is a gangway going all the way around with even more books. It is a huge library. Just to give you an idea of how big this is. This is 1 to 50, this scale. Okay, so there's 50 feet, there's about 40 feet and 50 feet of books. So these are really, really big hot rooms.
Just as big as Oxford Library.
It's pretty much like the ground floor is more like a British museum. The top floor is like a library. But there's books everywhere. There's scrolls. There's manuscripts. There's objects of historical importance. There's weapons and suits of armor. Most of it elven. Okay.
Mm.
Yes.
Okay, so that's what you can see. You're in this foyer area, which is a marble floor, and it's got a checkered pattern in it. It's kind of a red and white checkered pattern, and above it there's coats of arms of the various house of elves, of all the elves, the very early ones, the Sindar, the Sylvan, and the Noldor. Above, as you look up, you see that there is somebody has painted the night sky into the ceiling.
Was it like a mural sort of thing going all the way through?
Yes. These popped off.
Yeah, sorry, the game completely froze for me.
Okay. Yes, so the roof to the foyer is being painted with the night sky. Everywhere else, if I say, don't say what colour it is, everywhere else is perfectly white.
Okay.
Okay. So yes, this room here is the library. This one here is a giant, like, R&R room. Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse my crunching.
That's alright.
Oh, you've actually drew stuff on here.
No, but yes, so, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Ahead, you can see, this is a cloister. And these are arched windows, and what they do is they look out onto, there's no glass in them. There's no glass in them. You can just look straight out, and this is it's more like an indoor-outdoor kind of pathway. Again, with more of the checkerboard pattern flagstones, a bit larger than the ones in the foyer. And these are stone archways, and they look out onto a beautifully cut green lawn.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So you've just come in through the doorway and you see all this.
Yeah, I still like to turn around and go, wow.
Yes. You hear this everywhere you look. You hear this. There's like a peaceful playing music in every room, and just as you walk, although there's people moving around, there's no noise. There's no sound. It's just like got this silence hush across everything.
Wow.
Incidentally, Zellie, you're stood there in a dress that's probably been through World War III.
Oh, it's a damp-looking dress.
It's probably a bit scruffed up now.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I need to go to Artisans or whatever.
Okay, so that's what you can see as you just come in through the door. It is lovely from the outside, and it's like amazing on the inside, but you've only seen just a small part of it. Olwe says, she explains that those are the two main places that people usually hang out in. But you're free to explore. If there is a door that is locked, it is probably a dormitory or it's probably a residence. People do live there. Okay?
Okay.
But sometimes there's a name plaque outside the door to tell you who that place is. And all the rooms are actually labelled.
Is there inns?
So...
Sorry?
Was there inns in this place as well?
There's inns. It's not the whole house has been designated as an inn.
Oh, okay.
Okay. It's like if you went to a university campus, there's places you can stay.
Yeah.
But there's no actual inn.
Yeah.
So these are like common rooms. Any of the common rooms you can go into and you can use and you can find out what you need. But you're on the ground floor. Basically, you're on this first floor. This first floor is higher. It's considered this outline kind of thing is stepped up. It's about 12 feet higher than everything else on the outside because of just the way the landscape is. Okay.
Yeah. That's huge.
It's okay. Yeah, it is a huge, amazing, magnificent place. There's occasional statues carved in various types of stone, and not just of people, but some of animals and some of birds and things like that. And they adorn the corridors and adorn the doorways and things like that as well. So it's just and you've only just got into the first 30 feet of the building. It's okay. What are you going to do?
I'm going to pick my jaw up from the ground and go... my character's absolutely... He's astonished of something.
I think to snap him out of his dream world, I'm just going to kind of put my hand on his shoulder and say, where do you like to go first? I'm letting him choose this time.
Okay. You're free to explore and you're free to ask any questions and speak to anybody.
I have this giant list because my head is filled. Because my head is just suddenly filled with a bunch of things that I would like to do in this place because I've never been here.
But Lily, I want to ask later.
One. Yes, I was going to ask about Arwen.
Arwen will be joining you later. There's something that she's in meeting with Lord Elrond at the moment.
Can she tell me if Aragorn's here with my horse yet?
She doesn't know.
Oh.
Some people have been arriving. There has been some people arriving.
Does she know who was
with
Arwen?
No.
Sorry.
She doesn't know.
Okay. Still biting in there.
She doesn't know. She all she does is she basically just assists and helps Arwen. Basically like an assistant friend.
Right.
Yes. Arwen sometimes has a very busy schedule, and she has meetings of her own, and she has things to organise in the house, and she has her own duties, and Olwe is there to assist her with those duties. That's all.
What's her name again? Olwe.
Olwe.
Olwe. I'm writing this down. Yeah, I'm writing this down.
I'll tell you, Olwe, because I wrote this down.
Olwe.
I have more fruit.
Olwe.
Yeah.
Olwe. It just means small one or little one. Don't mean.
That's right. Olwe.
I'll tell him that because I am knowledgeable.
Yeah.
I am knowledgeable.
Olwe.
I is smart.
Just means little one. That's all it is. And she looks younger than zellie, so. But she's full elf. She's not half elf.
Right. Okay. I want to ask her if she has anyone local that might be able to identify my blue moss.
Oh.
Does she know anyone that might be able to identify my blue moss?
Probably someone similar to like an alchemist as well, or something of that nature. Because there's some things I need to identify as well.
Things you need to identify.
Well, you can always go off on your own, and we'll meet back here if you wish. I'm not going anywhere until I've got my horse.
Well, I'm curious what the moss is too, but you know.
Curious to what the moss is too.
Well, it's a blue shiny moss. I've not been up here. I've never seen it before. And if this place is up here and it's like a university almost.
There's a Villiard Hall.
I don't know what that means.
Villiard Hall. He's the senior gardener.
Okay.
He's also the herbalist. He's the senior herbalist for Rivendell. And he grows herbs in the herb garden on the allotments. And
which would be roughly where?
They would be... Whoop, 1 second. Oh, wrong pencil. There we go.
What was that?
Over here.
Okay.
Oh, the way the horses sort of trotted off then, or...
Okay.
Oh no, wait, sorry. The horses trotted off. Oh, I thought that's the same way the horse
the horse kind of shot off over this way kind of thing, yes. But yes, all this, if you can imagine, out the back here, this is all rows and rows and rows of vineyards and... No, it's not stables. Oh. They're all vineyards and orange groves and things like that. And anywhere around here, but he has a small one here, some a herb garden, and a vegetable plot, and like I say, a vineyard, and to just grow all sorts of kind of stuff. And he is the he's the chief gardener, herbalist.
Right. Okay.
But he also teaches a small group of half a dozen other elves who assist him with the planting and the seeds and the cultivation.
Right. Okay. So that would to get to him, I would have to go back out.
The majority of the food that feed everybody in Rivendell, the visitors and the Elrond and everybody else, is provided for by these huge allotment gardens.
Okay. And to get to that person, I need to go out the main door again and then come over here somewhere.
Yes. There's various ways to be able to get in and out of this of Rivendell. But this is the main entrance that everybody, where introductions are made and where people are greeted and people are first taken to. It's kind of imposing, when you come in and you see this huge white building, which looks like it's been grown out of the ground because it's got the trees are deliberately grown through it and in it and around it, and the walls are built around these trees, so to speak.
Right. I turn to Estelle. I go, Estelle, do you want to have a little adventure and walk around? This is like
free to explore, but if there's a locked door, then please respect people's privacy, because there could be people living. It could be somebody's bedroom or something like that. Yes.
No worries. With the rolls I make, I won't be able to lockpick it. Don't worry.
Well, these are elven locks. So... I could say nothing in this place should harm you.
Should harm me.
Yes.
Who?
Nothing in this place should harm you. So there's nothing going to leap out. There's no traps and there's no deliberately booby like bombs or anything like that. There's nothing.
Yes, but you did say should.
should, yes. I mean, obviously there is some like objects of mysticism. Yes,
okay.
Which are in display cabinets or in locked drawers or in like stored away somewhere. So that it can't guarantee.
Artifacts.
Yeah, it can't guarantee everybody's safety, but
or accidents. We can still be hurt by accidents.
You still be hurt by accidents.
Estelle pushes him down the stairs again.
Okay.
No.
So can I have a look in these rooms and see if there's anyone in there?
There's people around all over the place. There's a couple of students in the rest and relaxation room. What they're doing is they're playing a game of chess.
Can I go and have a look?
Yes, the pieces are made of the black and white ivory.
Are you wanting to get your moss checked out?
I'm exploring as well. Shush. This is like,
I'm keeping an eye on him because considering what we had just before coming here, no, I'm not leaving him alone.
Look, you got to think, like, my character's never seen something like this sort of stature before. Like, this is pretty cool to be in.
Yeah, I have only heard it through stories.
This is an amazing place. There's a fireplace here.
But to me, this looks amazing.
This fireplace is 10 feet long, 10 feet wide.
That's
like huge.
Yeah, it's a huge fireplace. Yes, it burns trees.
Go on the fireplace.
Okay, it burns trees more or less. There's a small bar kind of thing here.
I feel like I'm turning into your mother.
Kind of bar
Don't
kind
do
of thing.
this. Don't do that.
Again, this is one solid piece of treetop. If you can imagine somebody's taken some of the size of redwood and sawn it in half, and then sawn it in half again to make one giant round dinner plate, and then just carved it out. It is one solid piece of wood.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want to admire the carpentry and all that.
It's been if you had a tree, yeah, and it was like 20 feet wide, and you cut it to a height of about 5 foot, 4 foot.
What are you doing?
And then polished it and polished it and polished it every day for 1,000 years. That's how shiny and smooth it feels.
He's rubbing his paw all over it.
Okay. So smooth.
Don't
do that.
The
shelves on the inside the bar aren't made. What they do is they are carved into the bar. The shelves actually carved into the bar. They're not loose. And all the glasses and the bottles, and there's different types of glasses as well. There's long, tall, fluty ones. There's small, round ones. There's small little tankard type ones. But they're all crystal.
Can I get a drink?
Yeah, you can get a drink. Yeah.
Like, do I have to pay anyone or what?
No, you don't have to pay anybody. No.
Really?
Free drinks?
Great. I'm happy. Like, my character's like, wow.
No. You don't have to pay anything. There is elven wine.
Could I want to pick a few bottles up and just look at them.
Okay, you pick up a few
I want to
bottles.
sort of decide the differences.
Please don't get drunk again.
There's bottles stored underneath. Again, on the bottom shelf, the shelves aren't made. They're carved into the wood on the reverse side. They're actually chiseled into the wood, but they were chiseled like 1,000 years ago.
On this side?
Is all the barrels, on the inside. All the barrels are on the bottom run of the shelf, and they are in a semicircular to you. So it doesn't matter if you're serving, everything is close to hand. The next shelf up, there is all the crystal glasses, and then the next shelf up there is very ornate bone drinking vessels.
Bone?
Yes.
Wow.
Bone and horn drinking vessels. But they're not just like a piece of just a bone. They are intricately carved. They're beautifully carved.
I want one of those.
And polished. Okay.
Please don't break anything.
I don't want to drink it. I just want to look at it first. This is cool.
Okay. You're picking up this bone, and it is it's a white bone. It's about 3 inches long and it's about 2 inches wide. It's solid in round, and it's been carved out in the center, but the outside of it is being carved, and it's been carved into a wreath of ivy going round on itself. And it's got a silver clasp around the top, a silver clasp around the bottom, and a wooden handle added, which is attached to the silver clasps. And the silver clasps have a dot and cross kind of pattern rolling around, like hammered into it.
Okay, so is it multiple bones put together? Or is it
No,
meant to be
it's
one
solid bone. It is literally, if you can imagine you had a bone, like a leg bone or something like that.
Yeah, so can I ask them what animal it came from? What builds such a big bone from it?
Troll.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so imagine it was a shin bone of a troll. Yes?
Okay, yeah.
It's about 3 inches wide, and it's about 3 to 4 inches high, and it's been hollowed out. So basically, it's just like a white, elongated polo. Yes?
Okay.
It's had a bottom put onto it of wood, and then it's been sealed in a band of silver at the bottom at the top with a small wooden handle on it. All nicely, elegantly, like fashioned and polished.
Is there any bottles or tankards that are open that I can just...
The wine seems to be decanted.
So, okay.
So they're in crystal decanters on the actual bar top, on the bar themselves, yes. There is bottles.
Can I have a smell of one?
Yes, you have a smell of one. It smells of blueberries.
I'll go to Estel. Do you want to try one? I sort of gestured here.
I'm just examining all the different bottles and stuff.
There's lots of bottles. Some are crisscrossed and like diamond cut in pattern. Some are...
I want to have a little taste.
I have a little taste. It tastes like lemon and blue like blue bottles.
Is it strong?
Like blueberries, sorry, blueberries.
I was going to say blue balls.
No, sorry.
Blue balls.
It tastes like blueberries and lemon, and it tastes
so nice and sweet.
It tastes like sunshine.
Tastes like sunshine.
What would sunshine taste like?
Happiness. It's like the tears of a little baby.
It's not alcoholic.
Oh, is it not? Okay, so it tastes not quite nice. That's fine.
Oh, then I'll try one.
Okay. It tastes... Zellie, you think it tastes something like lemonade and sherbet.
Ooh.
Oh.
So after me describing it tastes like blueberries and lemonade and that, you go, oh, I have one. You go, oi, sherbet.
It tastes like it's got that sharpness of sherbet, but it's got that sweetness of lemonade.
So does Zellie's face go, I
don't know, it's up to Zellie.
Well, is it really sour or really bitter, or is it sweet enough that I would be able to drink it?
There's a sharpness to it, but after a second, it's really, really sweet, and it tastes lemony, and you can taste the blueberries as well. It's like a very, very nice, satisfying dessert.
Yeah, it's quite nice.
That's good. I like that. I want to hold it as I'm walking around and
you
to do it. Yeah.
What are you?
I want to keep taking little drinks of it.
Okay, taking little drinks of it. There's 2 other elves. 2 Centaurs. And
but you're just gonna.
Chess.
Well, to be fair, you're sticking out like a sore thumb as is. We're both sticking out as sore thumb.
You said 3
but
to 1.
Don't stick out more by carrying drinks around.
Oh God, fine, okay. I'll put my drink back on the bar.
Okay.
Well, take
happy.
if you want to drink it and then move on. We definitely have to carrying around.
These 2 elves, you can't tell if they're like playing chess or they're meditating. They're
walk over and
staring at the board. The board is like black ivory and white ivory.
Would I tell?
Checkerboard. It takes a little while, Zellie.
Okay.
But the pieces are golden mithril pieces, playing pieces, and they represent the pieces from the great battle of elves and men against Sauron in the early Second Age.
Okay.
And they're beautifully carved, and different pieces are different. So the pawns are like all archers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Beautifully carved. And it stands on 4 like griffin feet. I would say griffin feet.
Okay.
Beautiful chest there. And these 2 elves, they're both sitting on giant, like, velvet with gold tassel and gold embroidery beanbags.
How many moves does it look like they've moved?
3.
I want to ask them, so you just started playing?
No! I stopped him.
Okay.
Oh.
Like exactly how I just did. No!
She pulls me back. No!
Okay, you pull him back. Zellie, you notice that elves playing elves, they can take a whole day to concentrate and play one move.
Can I roll for an intelligence?
They're not in any rush.
Can't you see they're concentrating on a move?
I've only moved 3 times.
Zellie, you know that elves can sometimes take up to a day to play a single hand or to play a move or something like that. Time for elves, and these are real elves, proper elves.
Because a day is like a minute for us.
Yeah.
Or a second.
So they got longer to think about the game and think about other things and think about what they're studying and all that kind of stuff. They look as if they're either meditating or taking ages over their move league.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's what I thought. They're taking ages.
Elves are never in a hurry. Elves are never in a hurry, not unless it's life or death.
Yes,
Estelle's told me all this. It's like, oh my god. How can you live with yourself for doing that? So boring.
You can't interrupt someone who's trying to do a move.
Okay, so yes, this is a nice big relaxation, rest and relaxation, kind of like reflection, warm, easy living, comfortable room.
Okay, I'll take another drink.
A lot of furs, a lot of velvets. You take another drink of the blueberries and lemon.
Yeah, that's nice. I like it.
At least it's not alcohol.
No, it's not alcoholic.
It's just like for refreshing, you know. And I want to walk out the room here.
Yeah, I keep following.
He's back in the main reception. You come out the room, the door you went in, and you're back in the main foyer with a checkered floor.
I want to go to the room opposite.
And the room...
library.
The room opposite is a huge 50-foot long, 40-foot wide library museum exhibition room. There is objects, all sorts of different types of objects. There's music boxes, there's instruments, there's weapons, there's armor in display cases, and there's books on every wall. There is
I look at every single book.
Leather round chairs, green studded, green leather studded wooden chairs for people to sit and just read in. Again, there's an open fireplace. Yes, there's really warm, big 10-foot wide fire burning in the heating up the library. The library's on 2 floors, and you can see as your gears goes up, it goes to. There's a very ornate spiral staircase in black. It goes up to the second landing, and you can see that there's a handrail and some decorative wood panellings that leading to a catwalk that goes around the whole perimeter on the second floor, and there's loads and loads of books up there as well. There's lots of desks for getting books out and studying.
I'm standing there. Yeah.
Zellie, there is in the middle of it, there is a very large model of a sailing ship.
Ooh.
Handmade. All the riggings, all the sails.
How'd they get in there?
How did he get in there?
It's a large model. It's a large model.
Oh.
Somebody's built a model of a sailing
lifelike.
ship.
So lifelike. It's only 20 feet, but
20 feet, yes. It's got the figurehead of a white swan.
Oh.
I'm pointing a pretty boat.
Ah.
So then, Zellie, you notice that it's inlaid with mithril.
Oh.
Mithril leaf, rather than gold leaf.
Oh. Oh.
The sails are made of silk.
So heavenly materials. Such heaven.
There's several people in here reading, studying. There is a librarian, an elf librarian. He has long black hair, male, but he's got long black hair down to his waist. And he has deep blue with gold embroidery, the gold leaves embroidered, the outline of leaves embroidered into the chest and into the skirt part of the dress.
Why are we exploring? We look like dirty poops. We should clean first. Although now in the library, and since we are in there, I kind of do want to at least see if they have a similar book to the one I currently hold. The health history book.
Okay. Let me just
check. Estelle's looking through the books. Can I look at like armor casings and like all the pretty shiny stuff? I'm not interested in books too much.
There's suits of armor. They are elven made, and they look like they're made out of gold. With a kind of like a feathered headdress, but the feathers on them are real. They're eagle feathers. And the hammering in the breastplate is that of a tree with stars above it. And then there's like a Celtic knot design down the arms and down the front of the shins.
Mm.
It's a full set of armor, and it's in like a normal military pose kind of thing. Yes, on a display stand.
Right, okay.
This library is one of the most extensive in the whole of Middle-earth. People bring books, and it's like a great central library of learning. There's a globe. To one side as well, which shows you kind of the majority of Middle-earth. And there's also, on the opposite side of the room, there's an astrologer's globe as well, which shows you a map of all the heavens and all of the constellations. These globes are approximately 3 feet wide and stand approximately 4 feet high. They have measuring devices like scales on the side of them made of brass, which indicate date and time, as well as degrees of latitude and longitude.
Mm.
Does it have similar books to what I had?
Yes.
Would I be able to find a kind of similar book to it that seems similar?
Such a big area, you'd probably be best to ask the librarian.
There's a librarian there. He's sitting at a desk. He's got a quill with a jar of ink, and he's got lots of pieces of paper there. And what he's doing is he's kind of like he's taken instructions of what books people are requesting, and he's getting them off the shelves, putting a small white feather into each book, which sticks out just an inch or so, acts like a bookmark, and he's putting it to one side onto a trolley.
Cool.
I could make a request and then clean up and then come back. Maybe.
Yes, clean up. You look a mess as well. I'm still looking at armour and stuff. I think they're all pretty.
They say there's pencils there and things like that, but yes, he's just writing down on small little pieces of like parchment who's borrowing which book. He's put a bookmark in, which seems to be some kind of long white feather, and then closing the book and then putting the book on the trolley. There's a stationery table to one side where people can write letters, and they get sent out by messengers as well,
so,
like a postal system.
What's he doing with the white feathers? And he's using them as
bookmarks.
Bookmarks, but you said he was collecting all the books that people have requested, putting the white feather in them.
People around Rivendell put requests in for books. Now, the library is so vast and so organised in such a fashion that the only person that tends to know where the books are is the librarian. So what they do is they make requests to the librarian. The librarian will go and get the book, write down the book, write down the name of whoever it's going to go to, and then open the first page of the book and puts it in a clean, brand new white feather, which acts like a bookmark. And then he closes the book and puts it onto the trolley. And that's his indication to say that that book needs to be delivered. When it is returned, they are returned, and the white feather is taken out and put to one side.
Right. Okay, I'm with you now. Okay. I couldn't understand why
the white feather acts like a library card, like a library card. Okay. You're free to explore the library, and like I said, the library is not just a library. There is it's part museum as well. There's a lot of like ancient there's bowls and vases and things like that, and some tablets of stone with some engravings on them. There's also an amazing collection of butterflies and moths. Yeah. There's also a collection of semi-precious stones, all catalogued and all numbered. Yeah. And the sections of the library are broken up into things like maps area. There's globes. There's areas about fish and about birds and about animals and things like that. And then there's also ones about geology and gemstones and metals. And there's areas about plants and trees. There's areas about folklore. There's the whole library is broken up into little sections of different things that you might want to be able to study, or a student of Rivendell might want to study.
Okay.
But in the middle of it is this really big white with mithril leaf sailing ship.
Mithril's the one above gold that people don't use because it's used as a craft.
And people use gold leaf. What they've done is they tend to use gold leaf on the roof and on the archways and things like that. And this sailing ship is covered with mithril leaf.
Right, I want to go to Estel. And go, you know what, I think you might be right about this Arwing lady. She probably is minted.
Middle of a library. It is deathly quiet, by the way, at this library.
I'm not shouting.
Oh my God.
I'm not like on the other side of the going, hey, I think she is minted.
Okay. But
I want to have a look at like the museum area. I want to go and look at the rooms.
Like I say, there is broken bowls and crockery. There's bottles.
I want to look closely at the runes.
There's rune stones. There's more like runic stones. Yes.
I want to have a closer look at them.
Some of them is statues and dedication stones to an era from the very first age.
Wow. Is there anything that written on any of them? Or,
yes, there is, but they're written in Elven.
Oh, okay, cool.
I guess you want me to translate.
If you can. And what do they actually look like then? You say the dedication statues. Are they like
they're kind
of
like
the
one but they're flat and they're carved, and it shows you there's something that looks like a wolf carved into down the left hand side of this. If you can imagine, like as a wolf with the head at the bottom of it carved, is if you're looking over the top of it, looking down on it, with the tail at the top. It's down the left hand side, and to the right hand side of it is engraved in Elven, but in the scriptic Elven rather than the printed Elven. And it's a depiction of the story of Beren and the Silmarillion from the Battle of Utumno.
Okay.
It's approximately around about 8,000 years old.
My lad, there's a sign that says "Do not touch."
I'm gonna go where he is. I try to find him again.
You can find him. Just look for the stranger.
And I just hope
that sticks out, yeah.
And then walk towards him, and hopefully he hasn't touched anything yet.
Anything, yes. Zellie, you go looking for Lee. You can see him, but as you're walking past, you see pull-out drawers of animal teeth.
Oh.
Various animal teeth. All of them are labelled. All of them are catalogued. On your left.
Right.
To the right, you see a nice collection of semi-precious stones and fossils.
Alright.
All catalogued, all labelled, all numbered.
So much knowledge in one room.
It's 2 floors.
Exactly.
You look up, Zellie, and you see this roof that's probably about 30 feet above you, with a very, very large blue crystal chandelier.
I could study for years here. Just stay here and learn about books.
Yes. Everyone's, like I said, there's the small writing desks with near to where Lee is, just to his right. There is writing desks, like writing booths, where people can sit down and write messages, and then they put them into a small little envelope, and then seal it with hot wax, and then they can leave it with the librarian, and they will be sent out across the whole of Middle-earth.
Nice.
The whole of Middle-earth.
So do they have like the stuff there to use to make the letter, or the...
Yes. There's small little like cubby holes where there is an inkwell, and there is various feathers, depending on your style and on what you're most comfortable with using. And there is a paper, and there is a blue wax, and there's a red wax, and a candle, which is lit.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't have a seal of your own, you can use one of the various easy-made ones, which is there's a star one or there's a leaf one. And it's got an R in the middle, which basically symbolises Rivendell. And there's a small little envelope for which you can drop your note into.
Okay. I'll keep a note for later.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'll be going back to the library, definitely.
Okay, well, it's a library museum, and it is full of all sorts of things. You notice the librarian get up from his desk and go over to a strange, odd-looking cupboard, and he pulls out a drawer. And when he pulls out the drawer, this is a cupboard which has got like about 50 drawers in it from floor to ceiling, but it's only about 6 inches deep. Yeah? You must think, oh, they're very, very small drawers that are stored in this cupboard. And Zellie, you're stood and watching him, and he takes hold of the handle. The drawer itself is about 5 feet long. Like the actual drawer itself is 5 foot wide by 6 inches deep. The cupboard's about 10 feet high, and there's loads of drawers. He takes hold of the handle, and he pulls it out. And you instantly notice it as being a retractable map.
Of
the Misty Mountains.
Oh.
He takes a look at it. He pulls out a very small magnifying glass. He studies a small little area somewhere in the Misty Mountains, and then pushes it back into, and it automatically self-winds back into its locker. And it dawns on you that when you're looking at this 10 foot high 50 drawer cupboard, it's full of giant retractable maps.
Wow.
That's actually really cool and interesting. Okay.
2 rooms, you've been in 2 rooms.
Great, I already adding things to my list I want to do.
This is getting bigger.
The list is getting bigger.
I want to go to walk over to talk to the librarian.
Okay, the librarian. He's got long.
With the way you're scruffed?
Yeah. The way I'm scruffed.
You go up to him.
I look sexy in the way I am.
Yeah, he's got his long black hair down to his waist.
I need a queen.
He's pale skinned. He's Sindar elfed. He's got brown eyes, and he's wearing a midnight blue tunic.
My favourite colour.
Which goes all the way down to his feet, but the chest part of it and the skirt part of it, that it has outlined in gold embroidered leaves. different leaves from various trees, and he has a gold belt rope tied around the waist.
I want to ask him if he can tell me anything about that wolf statue.
The wolf statue?
Yeah, the one in the corner down there.
Oh.
He says he gets up and he comes over and he says, "Oh, are you interested in the first age?"
I think it just looks quite epic.
It's a story of Berem, and Berem who suffered what we call lycanthropy, which means that he could turn himself into a wolf.
A shapeshifter.
A shapeshifter of the early age. There's not many of them round anymore.
I'm well into it now, yeah. I want to hear about it.
And what happened was, Melklaw and a great spider attacked the 2 trees of light, which was the sun and the moon, and the great spider sunk her fangs into the trees of light and drained it of its magic. But 3 Silmarian crystals of light were saved, and in the war, in the longest night that was fought between Melklaw and the Dark Shadows, and all the elves in Utumno, which is north of here, in the bowels of hell, in a dark, dangerous, mountainous region of darkness, fought in darkness because there was no sun, no moon, was fought with the aid of the Silmarillans, which was these crystals, these lights, the last lights of the world. And the only way Berem could actually get the crystal of light from Melklaw was to bite off his hand. And as he bit off his hand, he ended up swallowing the Silmarillion, which was the crystal of light. And forever would he have to walk the earth carrying the Silmarillion inside him.
Oh wow. So then, did it give him a special ability or anything like that, or did it just?
Yes. Once the Silmarillion was freed from the land of darkness, then light returned to the earth again, and the elves were free, because Melklaw was sealed up in the eternal tomb, because he no longer held the power of the Silmarillion, and Berem was cursed with having this forever to walk the earth as a wolf.
Wow. And can I ask if this creature still lives now then, or has it been known that it's passed, or?
We don't know.
Oh wow.
We don't know. It was a long time ago.
But you have all these records of it, but you don't have a record of it as it.
Yes, they have. They have accounts of it, written accounts of it, and they have artifacts from that time. Obviously, they don't have the Silmarillion because the Silmarillion was lost. But there was 3 Silmarillions. There was 3 crystals of light which retained.
Do you know where the other 2
light.
are then, or?
No, nobody knows where they are, but they contain the original light to which the elves were born into.
Wow.
Melklaw stole them and used them to try and raise his own race of orcs. The orcs and the elves waged war on each other to fight over the Silmarillions, these crystals of light, and during the fight Berem swallowed one of the Silmarillions, and therefore Melklaw couldn't control the 3 branches of the elves, the Sindar, the Sylvan and the Noldor, and because of that the elves managed to raise up against Melklaw and the darkness and the shadows, but the downfall was that Berem was forever cursed to live as a wolf.
And Berem beforehand was an elf.
Berem was a wilderman. He was basically, he wasn't an elf. He wasn't an elf. He was something else.
All right, so he was the shapeshifter prior.
He was a shapeshifter. Yes.
Right.
He could shapeshift into an elf.
So no, I got my names mixed around there.
No, you shapeshift into an elf, but during the conflict he shapeshifted into a wolf, and when he attacked Melklaw and swallowed the Silmarillion crystal, he was forever cursed to remain in the shape that he was at the time, and therefore all elves recognized as all wolves being descendants of Berem.
Then may I ask why... God, I've got a name.
Yeah.
Not the one we've been travelling with.
Arwen.
Arwen, thank you. Estelle, who's that lady? Arwen, thank you. I could remember Estelle, no problem. I could remember that Luo.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't remember.
Olwe.
Oh, whatever.
Little one. Well, the small one.
Little one, yeah. So
Meaning
can I ask why she has a cloak of a wolf then?
The wolf, that's right, yes.
If you sort of, you know...
Yes, she has a...
treasure these wolves, but
it's a moon
she has
wolf.
one.
A moon wolf, yeah.
You said all your elves sort of...
The elves all understand that wolves are some descendant from Berum.
So you would still hunt for their pelts and all that, would you? Or
they do.
You
yes.
only now.
They do. Yeah. But it was nearly 10,000 years ago.
Okay.
Yes.
Is this why some wolves are believed to have magical powers now? Then.
Some are considered, but it also explains why there is wolves. There's dire wolves, there's snow wolves, and there's also the wargs as well, which are the giant wolves.
Because he changed so much, or
because they've been mixed, and some have been bent and twisted by the land of shadow and darkness and sorrow and all rest.
Darkness.
The forces of evil have bent and twisted some of these some of these animals.
Wow, this is really cool information to find out. Thanks very much.
I didn't consider you a lawman.
It was a pretty statue. I wanted to find out about it. You don't. I've walked around the entire thing here. There are
walked around the entire ground floor.
Oh yeah, sorry.
There are more falls up there.
Yeah, and everywhere else. Rivendell is a huge campus.
Yeah, but you know, if you're walking around the bottom of the floor, the things I've seen, this statue seems different from a pottery, an armor.
It's old. Yes, there is various.
You know, even I, as a normal guy, can spot that.
Yes, there's all. But I say the suits of armor. There is butterflies. There's birds' eggs. Things like that, all catalogued, all in drawers, or all on display. There's a huge geode in one corner of the room, a huge, massive quartz geode in one corner.
I want to ask the librarian if he would know the whereabouts of the gardener at this present time, because I understand he's out.
Yeah, he'd be in the allotment.
Okay, because the little one said he was the teacher as well.
Yes.
He teaches classes. I didn't know if he had a lesson or not.
They do have books on plants and herbs and trees and weeds and grass and flowers and.
Yeah, I would ask him if I could request some books.
Yeah, which ones would you be interested in?
I wanted to see if there's any on. Give me a moment.
I can hear the paper. Did you hear the paper moving?
The list. It's like wallpaper.
It's like a scroll where she's got one of those things where it opens up and just goes down the leg.
Whoosh, big list.
Whoosh.
Yeah.
Trying to.
Can I start walking up the stairs to the next floor, or actually no?
Yeah, there's a small there's a small black spiral staircase which leads up to the next floor.
On
Yeah.
On Animist's ways. Spells.
Animist ways.
Like like spells and things and.
Oh, there's a whole section. They're kept on the top floor.
Oh, okay.
What book would you like?
Are you trying to discover the one that you got from that broken castle place?
That's afterwards. I'm just I'm going through the list of things I want to know.
Wow.
Because first I want to know about.
I'm going upstairs.
Because I want to also show him the books I have and see if he had anything similar to those as well.
Yes, well, the longest night. The longest night is the story of where Melchior and I can't remember the name of the spider. The giant spider, the grandmother of Shelob, attacked the two trees of light and basically killed the two trees of light and brought the land into darkness. That's the story of the longest night.
So, was that book part of the story that I was just told?
It's part of the story, yes. It's part of a huge tomb called the Silmarillion.
Wow. Do we know if the spider was a shapeshifter or was it an actual?
The spider was a creature of evil, and was one of Melklor's servants.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll start walking upstairs.
No.
Okay.
Oh, are you saying wait? Are you saying wait?
Because we can go like I can also request a book on molds and funguses.
Molds and funguses.
What are the books written though? They're going to be written in elf, aren't they?
They're written in elf.
Yes,
but I can read it and then I'll tell you.
That's cool. So for me, reading the book, I can see they're pretty, but that'd be it.
Yes, he says he will have them delivered to your room.
We have a room? Is it separate? I hope it's separate rooms. Does he not know we're not from here? I mean, we should be given away from the way we look, but...
I'll just collect them here.
You appear to be guests of Arwen, so guests of Arwen have a residence.
Oh, wow. This is what I've asked him. I've physically asked him because I didn't know about that.
He doesn't know, he doesn't know the arrangements. He doesn't know the arrangements, but he could have them left at your room.
I turn to you and I say, "Cool, do that, and we can explore this place a bit more then."
What?
What?
So you can have your books left in the residence of.
Yeah, they can be delivered. What they do is they go on the trolley. When he finds them, he will put a white feather in, and he will put them on the trolley, and he'll leave a note, and then somebody will come and collect the trolley and wheel it around to the dormitories, to the rooms, and they can be left at your room. A lot of the students prefer to actually study in their own private chambers rather than come to the library.
Is there any other people around the library like still studying?
There's a few. There's about 6.
Are they all reading books?
One of them seems to be doing kind of a Middle-earth interpretation of a photocopier.
Oh, okay.
All right. Okay.
He's sitting there just copying the books out, and another one is doing some translation. He's translating from one language to another. The others are just sitting reading.
Can I go and look over the shoulder of the one that's translating language?
Yes.
I see what he's translating.
You know what? Why I'm kind of going through. I'm just deciding if I should read something on a spell list I can probably get in the future.
Okay.
Because I'm curious to, hone my skills. But
get some skills.
But I don't.
You're still carrying all this junk around with you, remember?
I know, that's also true.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if I want to start doing things in nature or maybe sustain.
It has to be the one or two branches. You can either go for the animal or you can go for the nature, like the plant. Once you've made that decision, this is the librarian talking. He says you can make that decision. Once you've made that decision, then you can focus in on that particular set of skills.
Oh, I see. Because I can also start getting detection, but you can do detection, can you?
I can do essence detection.
Essence wares and channeling wares are very similar to each other.
Because open channeling, there's detection mastery.
Yes, if it's open, then it's fairly commonplace, kind of. It's one of the easiest ones and the most commonest ones to come across.
Do remember, though, you're probably going to be a lot better at the magic-y stuff.
When you say animist, it could be for herbal, plant. Yeah. Can be tree, grass, mushroom, whatever. Or it could be animal. And it could be bird, fish, mammal, kind of thing.
That sounds quite cool. I like the animal one.
It depends on what you can be. You can be an animist and deal primarily in herbs and poisons, or you could be an animist and deal with animals and birds.
I haven't decided that yet.
Well, that's something you need to decide upon.
Perhaps have 2 books, one of each, and read through, see which you decide.
Yeah.
Which one takes your fancy more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He will find 2 books suitable for your reading, and he will have them delivered to your room.
Okay.
See, eyes clear, not just pretty face.
We're kind of both kind of similar intelligence, so whatever,
Okay. Right, you are now in this huge... This is the second room you've been in. Huge museum-style library, and there is...
And the book about the herbs and mosses.
Yes, the herbs and mosses, fungi, leaves, plants, stem, flower.
So 2 animist books and... Animist... Plus a plant book I put down.
Yeah.
So I remember that I requested those.
Okay. He says he will find something suitable for your reading and have them delivered to your room.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, where next?
Well, I want to have a look over this guy's shoulder, what he's describing.
Oh yes, he's transcribing.
Yeah.
He's translating something from Sindar.
Okay.
Yes, into Western tongue.
Can I read a few lines, or would that be rude?
You can read a few lines.
Okay, I'll do that then.
It's a travel journal.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
What are you doing peering over people's shoulders?
You can tell it's some kind of travel journal because it's got a date. Yes.
Can I ask him if it's him travelling?
No, he's been requested to translate this.
Can I ask?
Well, by whom?
Yeah. Can I ask who's requested this then? From Elven to Western. Who would ask to translate something from that to this? Seems an awful lot of work to be doing.
It is, but it's not uncommon for people to ask for work to be translated into another language.
Really? Yes. I mean, if I went up to a book then and said, "Can I have that translated?" Would they do it?
No.
Oh. So it's obviously someone of high importance. This person
works
then.
on behalf of the person doing the studying.
Okay.
Okay. Rivendell is one of the great houses of learning and the safest place to probably be in the whole of Middle-earth. But there is another place called Lothlorien.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, which is House of Galadriel.
Ah, okay, yes.
This is a house
Did you say Lorien?
Yeah, Lorien. Yes, there's a House of Lorien, which is the House of Galadriel. This is the House of Elrond. And it's very similar, not in layout, but in its facilities. And there are people there that study also.
Can I ask the guy of who is the Travel Lodge book based on and all that, Because obviously it's a book that's already been written.
Yes, it was written.
Written. So who was it that written it first, Was it an elf? Was it?
It was an elf. It was an elf traveller, yes.
Yeah.
And it's the cut down version of the Battle of the Five Armies.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, I'll just say cool and walk off.
Yeah, you bump to me because I literally just went behind you.
Okay. So he's translating a Sindar version of the Battle of the Five Armies from the Sindar point of view. It's a journal.
Mm-hmm.
A chronological journal of the events that happened around that time, which is probably about 100 years ago.
Wow.
And he's translating them into Westron for somebody else to be able to use and study with.
Does he mind if I ask if he actually knows the author, or is it just some random Sindar person?
He says the author was one of the wood elves from Northern Mirkwood.
Oh, okay.
He believes it was the High Scribe to the King under the Hill.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Are you going, oh, okay?
He's got no clue.
Well, you make my character sounds nice. No, that was me personally saying, oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Who
does he mind if I ask who's wanting it in Western? Just curious.
Who's wanting it in Westron?
Yeah, his person that wanted translated.
Somebody who don't speak elf.
I'm gonna say somebody who just wants somebody who's not an elf.
That's why I want to know.
Oh.
It's obvious it's not elf because they could speak Sindar.
That would be Kane.
Cain.
Okay. Cain.
Yeah, C-A-I-N.
Oh, I thought it was K-I-C.
No, C-A-I-N.
C-A-I-N.
Lador. Cain Lador. L-A-D-O-R.
Oh. Yep.
Of Lothlorien. It's on the borders of Lorien.
Oh.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Cain Lador. On the borders of Lothlorien.
Okay.
So I won't disturb him anymore. I'll let him get on back to work.
Okay. He's a student. He's a human student. Yes. And he is compiling a history of the events of the Third Age of Middle-earth.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Human student.
Mm-hmm. Humans are students as well, you know.
Yeah. Are they?
Man student, yeah.
So what? This place takes other than just elf?
You have to be invited to Rivendell, but anybody is invited.
Oh wow. Okay. No, that was something new. I didn't know that. That was.
Lee's in his second room and he's learning so much.
Yeah.
So much lore.
My guy is absolutely like astounded, and I'm astounded. This is like wow.
Wow.
Yes. So imagine this is a huge, massive seat.
I'm so playing down my excitement of being here.
Okay, we haven't got the second room yet.
Still, where do you want to go? Do you want to check upstairs, or would you like to?
First, I really feel like we need to clean us off.
Well, okay. Well, I'm quite happy the way I look.
Quite happy.
No, I'm
way
not.
I look.
You're not? Okay, so I suppose we better go and find someone to ask if you can get yourself cleaned up.
Get us both cleaned up.
Whatever. I'm gonna go get dirty again.
Okay.
So in this place we can be clean. The place is clean. I think you're right.
The place is absolutely spotless. There's not a speck of dust anywhere.
Just between the trail behind us.
Yeah, I feel like we're just like little splodges making dirt everywhere.
I turned to Estelle and I say, look, you said that guy said there was a room for you to have your books at, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I'm still carrying all this crap and you're still carrying all your crap. Shall we retire to the rooms to get ourselves cleaned up? And then we can meet up and explore a bit more while we wait for...
I do want to find an artisan.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. We can then explore the grounds while we're cleaned, if you wish.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so what you doing?